Long ago, in the northern lands of Nigeria, there was a small, proud ethnic group known as the Hoba. For them, life was never considered merely human. Every being, every child, every animal, even the mountains, was connected. Every river, every tree, every whisper of wind carried meaning. Among these connections, the most sacred was the bond between a human and an animal. Each clan had its own chosen animal. Sometimes it was a lion, fierce and proud, ruling the grasslands with courage. Sometimes an elephant, enduring and strong, carrying wisdom in its slow steps. Sometimes a bird, swift and watchful, seeing far beyond the village. Sometimes a snake, secretive and wise, knowing paths hidden from ordinary eyes. Some clans were tied to leopards, silent and cunning. Others to hyenas, clever and enduring, able to survive where others could not. Some were tied to antelopes, graceful and alert, quick to escape danger. Even crocodiles of the rivers were considered powerful companions for certain clans, embodying patience and ancient strength. These animals were not mere symbols. They carried a part of the child's destiny. They shared in their strength, their misfortune, and their life itself. When a child was born, the elders waited for nightfall. The village lay quiet under the moon, and the mountains watched in silence. While the baby slept beside the mother, the elders would quietly carry the child to the sacred mountain or river, depending on the clan. There, the ritual was performed to tie the child's life to the clan's animal. No words were spoken aloud except those known to the elders, passed down for generations. Every movement was precise. Every gesture carried meaning. But the ritual carried a grave rule. If the mother awoke and asked, "Where is my child?" the bond would fail, and according to the elders, the child would not survive beyond the first year. If the elders returned the child before the mother awoke, the bond was complete. From that moment, the child and the animal shared one life. Those successfully bound were believed to gain extraordinary gifts. Long life, far beyond what was common. A commanding presence, an aura that others noticed and respected. Fertility, ensuring that barrenness was impossible. Unusual strength, both of body and spirit, able to face challenges ordinary humans could not. Yet these gifts were not free. Whatever happened to the animal in the wild affected the child. A wound, a sickness, even fear experienced by the animal could reach the child as if it were their own. And whatever harmed the child would ripple back to the animal. The animals roamed the forests, rivers, and mountains, sometimes in storms, sometimes in fire-scorched plains. If a lion was struck by misfortune, the child would feel weakness in their own body. If a bird fled danger in the skies, the child could feel sudden fear or alertness. If a crocodile in the river was injured, the child might fall ill or feel a heaviness in their bones. Every movement, every struggle of the animal was mirrored in the life of the human it was bound to. Life, in the Hoba belief, was shared. Pain, joy, courage, and destiny were all intertwined. The elders understood the weight of this knowledge. They knew too much curiosity could destroy the bond. Life could not be treated lightly. Every ritual was performed with care, with reverence, and with deep respect for the animal spirits. Stories of these rituals were told in whispers, not to frighten, but to teach. The child was a link to the future. The animal was a link to the spirit of the earth, and the elders were the guardians of both. The mountains, the rivers, and the forests themselves were silent witnesses. They watched over the rituals. They carried the echoes of chants and the shadows of careful footsteps. The Hoba believed that the natural world was alive and attentive. Every rock, every tree, every flowing stream held memory. This tradition may seem strange to outsiders. It may even seem harsh. But to the Hoba, it was the truest way to understand life, power, and responsibility. For they believed a life lived alone, without connection or balance, could not survive. And so, the Hoba children grew under the quiet protection of their animal companions, carrying within them the lessons of the past, the strength of the mountains, and the wisdom of the elders. Power without responsibility, they knew, was never respected.